Today on EA Sports, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he's going to have to eat that. This one is down he goes. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Flush to his right. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He finds his man, complete. That's Johnston. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. 4th and long.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Oilers have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but it is
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now headed the other way. They're across midfield. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Oilers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 25 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. to throw now on first down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. On the handoff, this is Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. It's going the other way. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Always costly to cough up. And now before the ball changes hands, so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not. Incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Fields. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to throw. Fields. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Now Fields. McKinnon here, it's complete. Touchdown! Jakobi Meyers, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets it down to the 32. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Flushed out right. He finds his man complete. It's man. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. How about that? Their quarterback with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Oilers are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Fields. That's caught left side. Myers with it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Fields on third down. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fields throwing again. He'll get this off to Swift. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here, as we are back at it now on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A huge play there for Houston.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Oilers add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And some room to work. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down. There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Fields on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points. Go.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Oilers are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Fields. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing again is Fields. Outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a throw here, hauled in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
This defense was...
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and the return will stop right around the 25. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Carter, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Well, good job shifting right, finding his target. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're going to speed things up here. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Oilers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a second down and 6. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fields. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen. I'm sure he's been under this entire game.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Boy, 199 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And quickly, they get to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They'll look to throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank